Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to week 5, and we are going to go over our to-do list today. First and foremost, our topic 5.1 is about earnings and discrimination. This is over chapter 19. You're going to want to read this. It's going to be pretty interesting too, and you have to remember it'd be even more interesting to compare to what's in the chapter compared to what Congress is trying to pass with a higher wage for minimum wage. It talks also about human capital and proposals to combat discrimination on salary histories. So this is kind of interesting, kind of an ethical chapter to go on as well. So your first discussion is going to be about um, the I guess it'll be about GDP and how to analyze this in two different ways. Let's compare futuristic worlds. One of those being each family receiving the same equal share of the gross domestic product. So the same standard of living will be for the same for everyone. And in the second world, it's distributed based on how each person is contributing to that society, how hard they are working. First of all, how would you analyze number 2? And with number 1, there would be a lot of upset people because the richer get rich. No, let's see, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer is some people's thoughts on our economy. So this is going to be an interesting discussion. I hope that you can get into it more of a debatable type of discussion as well. I have also put in just a little blurb on some information I found about standard of living and minimum requirements of GDP. Then on topic 5.2, it's going to be over chapter 20, and this is about income inequality and poverty. Again, kind of a hot spot for some people when it comes to learning about these different topics. In 19 and 20, you're going to have, I'm going to go back to that. There's a reading resource, and there's also a video right here. So if 100 people lived on Earth, I want you to watch that, and that's going to be tied to your assignment for discussion 2. What you're going to do is it's going to trigger for you as you watch it what inequality issues should be addressed for this if 100 people lived on Earth. And again, I put in some more information about inequality in the US, not just wage inequality, but other inequalities that we may see as well. You can look back at that. Then for your apply assignments, there are 3 philosophers with political views: the libertarianisms, the utilitarianisms, and the liberals. And what I want you to do is in chapter 20, it introduces these 3 political philosophers and what is their position of the government and altering the distribution of income. So you're going to summarize these, but make sure that you're in your summary, you still have an introduction, you still have a conclusion. That being said, I have also put a link here with some information about these 3 types of philosophies in government. Utilitarianism is the view that government should redistribute income to maximize the total utility of everyone in society. They want to diminish the marginal utility. So in layman's terms, an extra dollar of income to a poor person provides that person with more utility, more ability or well-being than does an extra dollar to a rich person. So spreading the wealth is what utilitarianisms are going to propose. Liberalism is a view that income should be redistributed in such a way so that the poorest in society always receive an adequate level of income as a form of social insurance. And we kind of do have this with our minimum wage, and we also have this with our tax exemptions. So the more kids you have, if you're married, you're single, those exemptions, that kind of comes from this liberalism philosophy as well. Also, to continue, public policy should be based on the maximum criterion, which seeks to maximize the utility or well-being of the worst off person in society, rather than maximizing the sum of everyone's utility. And then lastly, the libertarianism, and a lot of this, it's kind of circle-ish verbiage. I mean, they all are kind of the same, but different, if you know what I mean there. But libertarianism is the view that government should enforce individual rights to ensure that everyone has the same opportunity to use his or her talents to achieve success, but should not redistribute income. So this philosophy are going to argue that equality of opportunity is more important than equality of income. That's my little blurb on these political philosophers, but you're going to go more into depth summarizing these. Make sure that you state where you are obtaining your references. And lastly, you have an evaluation with 25 questions on it again, which should come entirely from those presentations and your textbook. So you might want to, again, print those presentations, make your notes, and you can use those, obviously, nobody's stopping you, in your quiz. So I hope everybody is having a great week. That's my little tidbit. How about our secret code be minimum wage, since that's kind of a hot topic in our news today and has been during the election. So minimum wage is our code word for this week. Don't forget to send that to me. Have a great day.